Look what I put on. Look what I put on. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens when I do this. Whose past life will I get? It would be nice if I could wear it this way. Ooh, I totally just took us to France. Right? And now I'm totally taking you to the 50s. Ooh, it kind of reminds me of like a soldier. I just took us to 3 different places. Right? I don't know where the little pendant went, but it was for the post office. My grandpa was in the post office for the majority of his life. And he sold real estate on the side. I actually just learned that he had his own real estate company the whole time he was delivering mail. There was like something in there. This was, all I know is that this was like his summer hat. But you needed to be in accordance with some type of law under the current certificate. Really strange. So where do we want to go? We want to go to the 50s? Do we want to go to Paris? Or are you dealing with somebody in the military? I just felt like the nutcracker. Aw, you're welcome. You're welcome. So, I think we're just going to leave it at this. I got a little piece of my grandpa. I got a little piece of my grandpa with me. I don't know how long I can keep it on for, though. Karen. Did you order a reading, sweetie? Hi, Carolina. I think so. I think I was about to get back to you soon. Is that what it was regarding, Karen? Yeah. Okay. So, I'm pretty sure you sent me your date of birth, right? In a separate email. I'm almost positive. Okay. You have it by Friday. You have it by Friday, girlfriend. Your husband was in the military. Yeah, I mean, he was a postman. And I remember him telling stories about delivering letters from like one of the wars. But he was awesome. I probably won't keep this on for too long because I just got sentimental. But I know he's delivered him like door to door. Because it was all seasons. Because I have his summer one. My ma has his winter one. I think my brother has his fall one, which is more of like a cloth. They all look like this, but they were seasonal. Here comes Cade. Shut the door.
What are you wearing that for?
Heck, watch your mouth.
Stop the hat.
I just felt like wearing a hat.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy. You don't like the hat?
No, we don't know.
Do you know whose hat?
We have to leave for my appointment.
You know whose hat this is?
No.
My grandfather's. Oh, I can rock I can rock your hat.
That's not mine.
Whose is this? Mine?
Yeah.
I can rock this one.
Okay.
We're gonna leave here 1:30.
Alright, Clifton.
I love you.
You guys go to London today?
Nope.
Oh, where? Derry?
Nope.
Where? Wyndham?
Nope.
Pelham?
Supposed to be right.
Pelham?
No.
Manchester?
No, you're missing all the towns. You're missing the surrounding towns.
Salem?
No.
New Hampshire in general?
New Hampshire.
Where? Where?
Well, I don't want to say it now that I'm live, but you left it out. The handcuffs. It's not a police officer. It's a postal service. I don't know what even made me bring it here, because that one's mine. And I don't know why I wouldn't have just left it in storage. You know what I mean? But every time I sit here and do a reading for you guys, that I don't know if it's because it's behind me, but the hat, it just calls. It just calls me. Something about call me when you need a friend. Just call me when you need a friend. I don't know what song that is. Oh, somebody to lean on me. So, when you're not home. I hope you carry on, lean on me. Alright. This is always like a past life thing. So we got the Knight of Cups. So you are dealing with somebody from your past life. If you feel like you're in a past life scenario, this is your read. Okay, let's place it like that right now. 7 of Wands. So you're fighting. Someone's fighting a connection. Fighting. This is being on defense. Trying to fight the feeling. I can't fight that feeling anymore. It's like, so this person is not going to win. Like, if that's what they're trying to do right now. I really don't want to look at it like that, but that's the way it was said. Ooh, we got the Empress. Someone can't fight their feeling anymore. And she's playing all like shy. Hi. Yeah, it's funny, guys, because this hat, before you came on, I was like, ooh. I was telling you about the postal service, and then I was like, I went like this, and I was like, ooh, now I'm gonna go to Paris. And then I pulled the whole like military thing, you know. So what it takes us, it takes us. But this would be, if you're dealing with a past life situation, this would be probably the current situation, or deja vu, right? It would seem really familiar to you. But the 7 of Wands is your guards up. So is someone going to come towards the Empress? There might be intimidation, because the Knight of Cups is coming towards the Empress. So that would be a little feeling, I feel a little intimidated here. Or they're trying to fight the feeling that they have towards an Empress. That's weird. I don't get the whole you're not talking. You might not be, but like, that was a different type of cough. And it almost took me back to maybe the whooping cough, not the whooping cough. It well, I don't know what those coughs felt like, guys, because we don't live in that era anymore, right? But like, maybe somebody had emphysema, like maybe I don't know, but it's linked to the past. Okay. Um, maybe they had throat cancer. I mean, yeah, I don't know what's happening now. I feel like I have like my throat's being restricted. I don't think it has anything to do with lack of communication right now. My arms are sore. I don't know what disease that would have been, so it's basically telling me somebody probably died of a disease. Don't you love when I do these past life reads? Like, anything's up for grabs. I can't pinpoint it. I don't feel like malaria, like, it could have been like some gangrene. There's something linked which would tell me somebody was outside for a very long time, could have lost some limbs, toes, I don't know. Or there's a disease that's linked to that where they got to cut off fingers and toes because you got a nasty infection. Somebody died of some type of disease. So, anyway, moving on. I can't tell if this one's trying to fight the feeling of love or like, because it's more like, I can't fight this feeling anymore. So maybe somebody was trying to fight it. Or I can't tell if this person's just guarded. It's probably a combination of both. Which is telling me they're coming in with armor, right? And this is also telling me there's got to be a little intimidation. Because the Seven of Wands is in between the Knight and the Empress. But the Knight's going towards the Empress. So this could have been like one of those situations like where somebody was a princess or somebody was royalty. This person wouldn't have been royalty. Or they could have been royalty but not from the same country or something like that, right? Or like you can't marry a queen because you're a prince, not the same standards. Whatever comes out, comes out. Just flow with it, okay? Like, it's when I do past lives, it's it. So, but I don't know how many past lives you had. But it's almost like he couldn't get to her then. Can he get to her now? You know what I mean? It looks like there's definitely some intimidation. Only because the Seven of Wands stands between the two of them. So somebody could have cut something off. Usually, when my belief and what I've seen when it comes to past lives, you being a knight, let's say you're in a past life situation now. Sometimes you come together, or you come together really late in life, or you just feel like you didn't get enough time together. So it's like, if this was to come together now, it would be one of those situations where, can you make it work? Because maybe in the past you didn't. You know what I mean? And if you did, there was death, there was tragedy, there was things like, I just saw a drowning, even though I don't see a drowning here. Somebody could have drowned. Someone's trying to save someone from drowning. I don't know if that has to do with emotions. It could just be linked to a past life. I feel like I gotta stretch my leg. It's all of a sudden I feel like I'm in a hospital bed. So there could be an image here. You may have images of seeing somebody in a hospital bed and begging someone to survive. Like, don't you go. It wouldn't be, it's okay for you to go. It wouldn't be that scenario. it would be, you better fight this. I don't know if there was some type of car accident. It's not linked to this life, but now that's talking. That's a communication problem. So somebody might be having dreams of a past life and past lives, multiple dreams, and they're not communicating them to you. But this would be like, I'm not letting you go. You better fight. Like, don't you dare give up. Someone could have had cancer in this lifetime that they're currently fighting. I see it having a very positive outcome for you guys. Especially if, like, and I hate saying the stuff that I see because everyone's outcome is different. But especially if, like, I don't know if they'd be at their last something but like, there could be something miraculous. There could be something, a ton of events for you. Because with the Empress, you're nurturing the right way. You know, it's something like that. Hey, everyone. Currently, we have I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. I don't know who sings that. It's like someone's fighting. Somebody was for sure fighting the feeling, or still trying to fight the feeling. And then I just got, I got power. Holy crap, that shift to like, I can't fight this feeling anymore, to I got the power. I don't know who sings that one. Not Snap. Oh, it could be Snap. Oh, I don't know. So that's a huge shift of energy. Snap. It is Snap. All right. So it is a big shift of energy that someone's about to get. Just be careful. Just because you see certain things in dreams, this is taking me to dreamland. I don't know. Just because you see certain stuff, like, it doesn't mean that that's gonna happen in this lifetime. It could be pulling you to things that went down and why somebody is truly so important. And especially if you're having dreams of someone drowning, that's your own fear not getting there in time. But that would be the pressure of something else. Because this one's not putting pressure on no one. Not this Empress, not this Mama. Current past life scenarios. So this is currently. Someone's coming at you. When they come at you, though, they're still kind of guarded. I think this is a little bit of an intimidation. I feel like got the Page of Swords. So this person's watching you. It's the same person. They're doing research. Ooh, I don't like that. Because I think they're already doing research. Like, it's almost like they could have one of those websites. Like, I have, like, been verified. I have websites for certain stuff. Like, when I work with clients, I always check them out, right? This is what someone's doing, but someone's doing this is like, can I get a grab of someone's social security number? Because this is like, let's just hope this is for a job. Because this is the type of, yeah, I don't like that. It's like someone's getting some very informative details on, to me, they're already in the process of review. This could be them going through pictures. So this also tells me you know this person. Because this would either be them scrolling through internet, going through pictures. To me, this looks like someone's doing quite the report on an empress. Background checks. Like to see if, like, but it seems ridiculous because she's the damn empress. The empress doesn't get to this position from being shady. You know what I mean, Julians? So it could be for work purposes. And if this is not in work purposes, this is somebody who's just, they're really all up on your shit. This is not like I'm just watching you. This person's really analyzing. Maybe what they're about to get themselves into. I don't know. But it's like, you little fucker. To me, I'm feeling like it's like trespassing. It's invasion of privacy. It's like, if you want this information, I'll give it to you. Because the feeling I'm getting right now is coming from her. So she's one liberated person. Because she's looking at this like, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean? Unless she gave permission. But I don't see it like that. Like, yeah, see, something's hung up. Someone could be reviewing their files, their bank reports. This is somebody who's extremely interested in the Empress and is making the right type of adjustments if the story is being told that way. I still feel like they're peeping into stuff they shouldn't, which by any means, guys, like, I do mind if you're dealing with something with the government. We haven't gotten that far into the read yet, but this is more like, let me get a little more background information. Like when I do it for safety, when someone becomes a client, you know, who am I dealing with, that type of stuff. And I'm telling you, because I've had a couple psychos, it's been very beneficial for me. I've been able to turn down pedophilers, and it's not that I wouldn't give them a second chance. I look at the whole entire history, but I got to be smart about what I do in my line of work too. I think you are dealing with somebody who is very smart that way, but they're doing it without your permission. It's either this or they're doing research on something, and that's why something's hung up, but you're not aware of the research. I mean, this could be somebody filing for divorce. And in that case, it'd be shady if this was your wife. And then it's like, here's the papers. It's like, well, we're going to even have a conversation? Because some people will do that. They'll write up the contract with the lawyer and all that first and then present papers versus let's have this discussion, right? So do I think this could have went down in a past life? I don't. I really honestly feel like this part of it is current energy. Okay. And that's why something's hung up. Because this one's like, this wouldn't be a sacrifice. This one's already doing research for something with intention. You know what I'm saying? So it wouldn't be, you could be dealing with a Pisces, but to me that wouldn't be a sacrifice. That would be a current wait because somebody's doing research. To me, they already, like right now, you may think they're fighting the feeling, but like, they're actually up to something. I don't necessarily think it's shady, but they're definitely not telling you what's going down. I can feel it. I can, you know. So there's that. And you guys would have feelings for each other, so this would be a past lover. current lover. It doesn't necessarily have to be current, but this person's coming off like they got feelings with the Knight of Cups, right? So, I mean, this could be work, it could be a lover. It can turn into a lover situationship. But in the past, you were lovers. I don't know why I'm burping. You have the Three of Cups and Justice. Three of Cups can talk about reconciliation. Sometimes it can talk about dating. It can talk about, I don't know, there's just something. This is a past life. This is past karma. So you're working through karma in the current moment. If there's 3 people, that's the way it was intended to be. But look at the Justice card. You know what I mean? Like, this is your past life. And what I mean by if there's 3 people and that's the way it's supposed to be, that's the way it's supposed to be. Whether you knew about someone or you didn't. Period. If it goes down that way, it's for you to see something clearly. It doesn't mean be with the other person because every circumstance is different. But it's for you to recognize what's going on in your own life and where you should be. But this is a past life scenario. I want to look at this Three of Cups is celebration. So somebody feels like they're going to be victorious in this new venture. For sure. And I said venture as an adventure. But then like capital venture, capital gain. There's some type of gain here too. So this masculine energy, whether they're guarded or a wee bit intimidated, however it may go down, they're also excited. There's a little bit of an excitement there. Not like over the top excitement, but like they're not quite there yet, but excited about something. I can't fight this feeling anymore. Yeah. 7 of Wands. Ooh. I got a headache, but it's not a headache. It's my third eye being wicked activated. Like wicked. Wicked, 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 wicked. Yeah, wickedy, 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 whack. So, you got the Ace of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Magician. And the Nine of Swords and the Magician. Whereas reverse. So this is somebody, this is positive because this is now somebody having this beautiful new outlook. It reminds me of poinsettias. Ralph Lauren just came to me. I don't know what that's about. But maybe you're getting some Ralph Lauren for Christmas. I don't know. Because the poinsettias actually remind me of Christmas. But I don't think this has anything to do with Christmas. But the Nine of Swords being reversed, this is somebody that's getting out of this energy of being like, of the belief of, I can't create this. With the Magician, of course you can. So this is somebody getting out of that energy and going into this. Okay. So that's fantastic. So the Seven of Wands is not going to stand in between you two for too much longer. Okay. Thanks, Moonstaff. So what's going down with this Empress? Because she's just sitting here while somebody else is doing all this stuff. But trust me, she's not foolish. But there's something she doesn't know. So it's the Queen of Swords energy too. Okay. So just kind of like, yeah, see, she knows. Look at her looking at him. Like, all right, let's go. Figure it out. It's time to yap. It's time to talk. you know. So she's smart, she's intuitive, she's grounded. You could have your own business, or you're very creative, you're an artist, however it goes down, you're a mother. But you're like, you're literally looking at him like, adios mios, what are you doing? What are you doing? Someone's Spanish, you think? But she's just like, I'm smarter than you think I am. I'm not the average bear. Alright, boo boo? Yeah, she's looking right at the Emperor. I knew I felt him. I felt him for sure. You're dealing with someone who's smart. But she's no fool. And I don't think he's taking her by any means. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. She's just sitting pretty. Doing her own thing. Being smart about things. She's not down for any bullshit in her life. She's very blunt. She's optimistic. She's smart. Got the Seven of Pence. So she's like, do I invest time? Do I not? Right now, I don't think she is, because it's reversed. This reminds me of kids at conjunctive testing, whatever it is. You know how you have these things with little kids, and it's like, these is like really tiny kids, but like, it's like math, right? Doing math. Like, it's almost like she knows there's going to be some type of proposal, proposition, some type of something that, am I going to invest or not? She knows. That song's coming to me. I don't know it, but she knows. She knows. Well, I just totally switched those up. It was the first one. You know me, I always gotta mesh two songs together. She also invests her time extremely wisely. And if you're just the Queen of Swords now, I'm about to turn into the Empress. And this is something you've done in a past life. So this will be total deja vu for you. Total deja vu. You guys were buried together. I can feel it, and that card hasn't come out yet, but you know that card. I'm not going to search for it now, but that you guys were buried together in a past life. Like, buried together. So there has been something tragic where you guys went down together. Like, tragic. Like Titanic tragic. Like, it was tragedy. And that had to have been your very last life. Ten of Cups with the Page of Swords. So they're trying to figure out how to reach fulfillment with this person who's doing all this research. And I believe this butterfly is on the card. You guys were buried together. You either killed in a car accident, which wouldn't be the first one I was referencing in the hospital, but it would. Maybe you guys died of the same disease. I don't know. But I think it was your last life. You died together. You could have died together in war. Who knows? But you died together, either holding each other, or in a freak accident, some type of tragedy. It's a fact. I got the goosebumps. I just don't know how it went down, or which lifetime. The two of you are very old souls. They're trying to figure out how to have this life with you with the Ten of Cups. Because this person doing research, that Emperor type energy that's doing research right now, Sagittarius, Aries, they want that fulfillment with you. So it's going to happen in this lifetime. It most certainly looks like it's going to. The reason why something's not going down maybe right now, or you don't know what's going down, they're a very private person, but they're researching. You're going to have to go back and watch if you're just tuning in, because this person is really doing exclusive amount of researching, which means if anybody else knows about it, it's not too many people. It would just be either him or like a business proposition if it has to do with work. But to me, this has to do with a happy home life. But in order to be able to give that happy home life, I mean, they could be looking at documents. Do I sign now? Do I not? I'd wait 3 more days for Mercury to go redirect. If you're working with contracts right now, make sure you're overlooking. But this person would triple check from freaking every angle of a contract anyway. That's the type of person you're dealing with when it comes to detail. So I don't think you have much worry then. In about 3 days, like I said, when Mercury goes redirect, you're going to be able to feel more of a power dynamic here in a very positive way. It almost might even be like a relief. Because right now you're having a hard time keeping your distance from someone, something. It's like you need to go over what this is on paper before you even present it. Because you know you're presenting it to an empress and she deserves what you both deserve, but you know she deserves. It is something like that. So you're dealing with somebody who's got a heart of gold, whether they're showing it to you right now or not. Oh, that's great, Lily. This could be who you're dealing with for sure. This could be like a type of job they do, or they're like journaling, something like that for sure. Tell me about the Hangman. That's what the delay is. That's what the puts in. To me, so maybe to an empress, you look at something like Putton, Hermit. Yeah, they're secluding themselves. So, but they are trying to figure out something that has to do with their home life or a new home life for you guys, right? So, or you're dealing with a Virgo, and a Virgo is, you know how a Virgo works, very detail oriented, and there's a Virgo would be up all night and not even realize it's 3 a.m. Little private investigators you are. So this is what's going down, and this is why there's some type of conclusion. It's almost like they're leaving you out of something that involves you, but until they can fully analyze something themselves, they're keeping you out of it, whether you're together, not together, however this goes down. How did the past life go down last time? I want to just see something. Like the very last lifetime. Really? That's too many. The High Priestess flipped out like in a very weird way. The Six of Swords. So what I think this is telling me with the Ace of Cups, it could have been successful. I don't think it was, though. I don't think it was. It's like one of those things where I promise next time won't be so shitty. This is why I think someone's having nightmares. Because your last lifetime together did not go down according to plan. It just didn't. And it's like, this time I'm going to get it right. It reminds me of like a promise. It's like a vision I just had of like, I promise next time we'll do better. Or I promise. So it's like, when you're around this person, you know you guys have had multiple lives. The two of you would discuss it. I mean, there's no way you wouldn't. That's how, because you would know. You would feel it. Because with this Ace of Cups and Six of Wands, yeah. Okay. The last love was a shit show. It's one of those, like, it's like, you know, when you're lovers and you're married and you're so in love, and you come to the end of your life, and it's such a loving moment where it's like, okay, you can go, I can do this without you, I promise. Like, especially if someone's sick, like, it's okay, you can go, I love you. I got the goosebumps. It's like you promise to each other, I'm sorry the first 20 years of our marriage was a shit show, and I didn't appreciate you until I was on my fucking deathbed. I'm sorry that happened. You know what I mean? It's like that. Oh, it's literally like, in this lifetime, this current one is bound to come together. But there's so much shit in between. It's the Seven of Wands in between you. It's such a... It's a battle. It's a battle. It's not tip for attack. It's a fucking battle. But it's going to be a successful one. Okay? What else do I want to look at? I think this is pretty clear. I think that might be another reason why you're having visions of maybe hospital images or something like that. It's either you didn't make it through, you got a divorce. I definitely feel like you might have had a family. Or you agreed on no family and there's a family this time. However it goes down for you. Like, because I think at your last lifetime, it wasn't a full life. I don't think you've ever been able to live a full life together. I think it's you meet at children, at childhood, and somehow you're always lovers, but like maybe it only lasts 10 years, or maybe you only have 20 years, or maybe, you know, one's 70 and the other one's 50 and you guys got 20 years together. However it goes down, you know what I mean? Like, you never have a full life together. And there's nothing wrong with that. But there's something very karmic here, like you're beating your karma in this lifetime. So if this works, this is a life partnership. You got to trust that. And maybe the next time around, you know, if you guys do what needs to be done, considering there's a purpose, if you accomplish the purpose too at the same time, your next lifetime you might not even have to go another round in the 3D. And if you ask me, that's a blessing. It's like you might be able to just stay above or do what it is you want to do, but still do it together because you both earned it. Because I think this is your last lifetime on Earth too, which I'm telling you would be a massive blessing. Or you might do it one more time if this doesn't come together. But it certainly looks like it will. Okay. There was something else I wanted to look into. I'm just trying to think real quick what it was. Let's see what your purpose is this time. I really shouldn't be looking at something like that. Let's see what your current struggle is talking about. Like, together or not together. Or, I guess your lesson. Let's just see what it wants to give me. I'll put it that way. I gotta be careful on how it's presented or I can't fight this feeling anymore. Two of Swords and then the Seven of Swords. So it's like hope. It's like the Hermit's coming out of its casket. Time to cut out what really doesn't serve you and trot. Made me think of twat. Such a twat. I don't think I ever used that word. Trot. Someone must use that word, because I don't. I don't know. Like, such a twat. I don't think anyone even ever called me that. I don't know. I'm not looking at it like it's a nickname. Okay, so there's that. So we have the King of Swords that's ready to take action. It looks like he's got boobs. So you might actually be a feminine right now in masculine energy. Regardless of the boobs, okay? It's like someone's ready to take action towards something. Like, they definitely know the way. Like, E.T. phone home. Like, come on, buddy. Like, look your finger. Let's go. Let's go. The breeze is coming this way. Get on your freaking horse and trot. Or someone's gonna turn into a twat. So you got the Six of Pence. It's like tick-tock, trot. This one's not even looking at time. This is like balancing out a situation, though. This is something being restored. I almost said restoration. So I don't know if some of you work with certain antique pieces, you restore furniture, I was going to say you're a restorator, but that's not a word, that's coarse language, but you do some type of restoration. Someone's keeping tally. I don't know what this is about. Someone's keeping tally. Like, I don't know. That's way too many. I can't fight this feeling anymore. This is that whole you were buried together. You definitely didn't awake together, but somebody is definitely awoke. So they're going to fight for this. Someone wants to restore balance. Someone's got hope. So something went down. Normally with my past life, sometimes I do extendeds for you, but this will be your extended, okay? Because I don't want to do another extended today. This is definitely something. This is definitely fighting to restore something. It's like it's like the Hermit's coming out of the casket and now has hope. Thank you. And they're gonna fight for you. They're gonna have some type of dream that I think will currently show them a little bit of their future. Or this is you that's going to have some type of dream that's currently going to show you a little bit of your future. You know, I'm hoping it's not like a nightmare of a past life. You know, I think it's going to be more like something current. It's the 6 is huge right now. The 6 is all about harmony. When you're determined or this person's determined, there's no stopping them. There's something here like a Cinderella story, but I don't like using the words like someone's coming to your rescue, because to me that's bullshit. If you guys need each other, that's great. You can heal each other, work on each other, love each other, eat together, sleep together. But no one should look at it like I'm gonna rescue this person, because if someone's their own individual, they don't need rescuing. This wouldn't last if it's like, I need to rescue you. It's like, nah, fuck you, don't. If anything, I want you in my life. I don't need you. And that's not being like, oh, she's a very independent person. It's her opinion. No, that's the reality. Someone's about to call someone because I was like, hello? Well, someone's surfing. I don't know. One of the, someone's still surfing. Still, someone's trying to get a hold of you. And someone's like, how the fuck do I pick up the phone and do this? There's no feminine here except for the dead one. The past one. You wouldn't be dead now. Someone's coming towards you. This might have nothing to do with the previous read. This could be something totally different. But considering I said I usually do a continuation, and this is a continuation, then A+ for figuring that out. Alright? So, 7 of Pents. So they're doing the same thing, investing. Where am I going to invest my time? Do I want to invest my time? You're dealing with somebody who still looks at negative shit. It's like, oh, I want to strangle you. I want to strangle you. This is the type of wake-up call you want to give someone right now. Like, you know. But they're getting their own wake-up call their own way. They're waking up. Back to life, back to reality. This is more current, for sure. You might work with somebody who, like an archaeologist, or like, what's the one that works with dinosaurs? A paleontologist? Somebody that works with history, or stone, or hieroglyphics. Or knows something about sacred knowledge, backgrounds, sacred grounds. Someone could have been buried on a sacred grounds, which is now pulling me to a cultural thing. Or like someone's buried on sacred grounds, or you want to be buried on sacred grounds, or somebody wants to be cremated but have like the big shebang, like bagpipes, and or they don't want it but they're gonna get it whether they want it or not, because they deserve to be praised. What the fuck? I think somebody was pissed about how they were buried, or not too happy about how they were buried or where they were buried, or this is current and you're questioning yourself because that happened. You had to do that. I don't think so, because that would be irrelevant. This is like, why the fuck did you bury me there, you asshole? This would be someone is like 100%, your ass better cremate me. You know what I mean? Like, somebody knows what they want, and I think the other one might be like, I don't want to burn you, right? I want to bury you. Well, this one's like, fuck you. You're going to spread my ashes. This one's probably like, you're going to smoke my ashes. Like, I don't know. Something like, I don't know if this is just coming into random conversation for you guys because I feel like I'm rambling. But there's a very serious note to it, too. If somebody says, this is what I want, this is what you want. Because you believe me. I know for a damn fact. Oh, I didn't even want to bring it up. It's important. When someone I know that was close passed away, she was cremated. And one of the parents wanted her to be buried. So they buried her ashes. They thought they agreed. But one was convinced somebody wanted to be cremated, but I know for a fact she didn't want to be cremated. So what her guides did, she didn't go to the funeral. She wasn't there. They blocked her from the funeral, from people's emotions, feelings for months and months and months, because her transition, the way she was taken, would have been too hard for her to know that that went down. I don't know if she knows now how it went down, but I do know it was kept from her because she really didn't want it. And it wasn't my place or anybody else's place. It was up to the parents to make that decision. Decision was made. So if someone's telling you they want to be buried or cremated, please respect that. Okay? It's that simple. Somebody could have just passed away and they didn't want shoes, or you're wondering, do I put boots on him or her? Do I put the boots on? But this person left to be barefoot. Someone got buried without shoes. I don't know what that's for guiding. If this is actually happening, some of you, this might be current. Someone could have passed away. My condolences. But if they didn't like shoes, don't fucking bury them with shoes. Who cares what somebody else, you know what I mean? Well, it does matter what other people think sometimes too, if it's a parent. But place them in the casket. You don't have to put them on their feet or bury it on the casket. You know what I mean? Like there's some type of significance to shoes. Boots. Okay, moving on. Six of Pence. This comes so easy to me. It's so mind-blowing that out of everything I do for work, past life comes this easy to me. It really is. Whoa. 10 of Cups. Okay, so it's time to restore. Happy life, happy family, happy life, happy wife, happy husband, happy life. Okay. With the Two of Pence, we got the Three of Swords and the Four of Wands. So this is definitely telling me in your past life, it wasn't good. You probably didn't make it. Somebody stabbed somebody in the back on purpose. So whoever that went down for, it's now up for this person in this lifetime, which could be a Virgo, to make it right. This is exactly what this is saying. Someone stabbed you in the back. And this is current scenarios, but past life. You lived with this person. You guys were a family. Okay? Or you both got murdered within your house, which would be that tragedy, and you got buried together. But to me, the person that messed up last time, it's more of a challenge for them this time. And I don't know who that would be referencing. Okay? If you ask me, it looks like it's almost like they have a family, and it's like they have to do the right thing, ending that and going to something new. Like, it's hard. Like, this is some hard ass karmic shit somebody's going through. This is starting a new life, which means the old life has to be torn. They have to fight really hard to get to where they need to be right now. See? Ace of Pents. They have to fight really hard. This is not a simple task by any means. I mean, imagine if somebody did have an affair or is married but met somebody else and is unhappy. Even if there's not another person in the picture, leaving a household, a situation, is not easy. Period. And it looks like this is what this person is tackling. To put themselves in another household with someone else, which is even harder because it involves everyone. Mother frigga. Someone can get caught or is about to get caught. Someone's going to see pictures of someone. Be careful who you're sending pictures to and what you're posting certain stuff to. I don't think that person's going to do anything with them, or that could have happened in another lifetime. But I think in another lifetime we didn't have that type of technology, so if you ask me, be careful what you're sending out virally. I think you're safe, but somebody might get a coochie picture. Someone might see someone's coochie. And if you have, or a dick pic, but if you sent pictures on top of that, like, ooh, look at my face, cheesing, like, they got you from clear as day to something that's very personal. And it wouldn't be somebody showing you off or being like, oh, I'm showing my friends. No, you have a connection with someone where it's so tight they wouldn't do that. But if they get caught, it's a different scenario. So you do have to be careful. Someone gets a hold of the phone. What if a kid got a hold of the phone? I'm not saying it's not okay to play, even with trust, but these days, things have been sent out, whether you delete it or not, it's still in your cloud. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this might be somebody in the public eye too. Like, I'm thinking more like a, not like a model. I'm thinking more of like a ransom. No, a threat. Like somebody is going to. With the one I'm picturing, this now, this part could have happened in a past life, but it's almost like you give me this and I'll give you your photos. What's that called? A threat? Well, it's a threat, right? But like, what do you call that? Blackmail. Thank you. That might be some type of blackmail. Like, if you don't stay with me, I'm gonna post these pictures. This is, oh, see, son of a bitch. I don't even know where it came from. I don't even see it in my fucking cards. So it has to be current with someone. Or a letter. Maybe it's not a picture and it's a letter. But whatever it is, this is something that someone can hold over someone's head. Okay? Because now I'm looking at it more like a letter, but maybe it just brought me into this world of technology where that won't go down, but it's a possibility in the 2019. But I'm feeling it sucked me back into past life. So maybe in a past life you wrote a letter, but now this time someone's thinking about writing a letter. Maybe someone has something saved in draft. You know what I mean? Like, but if that's the way it's meant to go down, then that's the way it's meant to go down. But I don't think this situation is meant to go down that way. So maybe maybe there's suspicion. Maybe someone's very suspicious. With this Nine of Wands, looking at this couple, I'm just seeing and feeling suspicion. Like, I'll get you. You know what I mean? So somebody might be accusing somebody of something real soon. because that type of attitude would not keep that to themselves. And then it's like you stab this family in the back twice, because there's two swords in the back. But this is someone's karma to escape that, because it's no good anyway. It's like you've been living in a casket for a very long time. You're finally seeing hope. This is like the Fool card. You're finally feeling it. You know, it's time for a new start. So that's someone else's other current predicament. Just hang in there. Life's not easy. Goodness gracious, for sure. For sure. So I'm officially done with the past life read. Yeah, someone needs to lay the weight down so they can get to a past life situation with the Six of Cups here, truth be told, you know. So that's all, folks. I know, it's so crazy that I can past life is like nothing for me. It's nothing. It's like I get lost. It's like I've read this book to you guys like hundreds and hundreds of times. Like it's like a book to me, like a book or a movie or something you just know, a song, lyrics, you know what I mean? Like it's nothing for me to go into past life scenarios. It's like I just have the gift of picking up on stuff like that. I don't know how to really work with it, or I don't know, right? But it's definitely a gift of mine, you know? It's one of those things that's so cliche too, because can I do past life readings? Yeah, and I do them like nothing. But there's no proof behind it. There's no, not like everyone needs scientific proof, but like it's like, does somebody really want to be known for that? Because how do you prove it? It's actually perfect for me, because you don't need to, I'm the type of person where it's like, you don't need to prove anything. I got the gift. If you believe in it, you do. If you don't, then so be it, you know. But it would still be a complicated go ahead, you know what I mean? Like I've realized that with doing this throughout the year, that's a strong gift of mine, but I don't know how I would put it into use. Maybe it will come to me. Because it's so crazy. I wonder if I can hold, like, because you know me, I got my Casper, my ivory elephant thing that I've explained to him plenty of times. I hold him and it takes me to multiple past lives. So I feel like I can pick up an item or an object and tell you the story and the history behind it. It'd be nice if I can prove it. Like if somebody could give me like a something and there's proof behind it, there's a story, right? And then I explain to what I'm getting from it, and it happens to be the same story. That would be extremely interesting. I should challenge myself one day. I challenge myself to that challenge. Oh, I know I'm a medium, for sure. But mediums usually speak to the dead too, or hear the dead and relate to the dead, which I do that through channeling. But this is a completely type of different gift. And it's like that for me. It really is like nothing. You give me an object and I can tell you the story. It's like I even have the visions. You know? I forget what you call it. I've looked it up one day. There's a name for it. But there's really not... Well, there's a purpose behind it, but there's not a purpose behind it. Well, there's got to be a purpose behind it, but I guess finding the purpose is probably the most is probably the most difficult part of it. You know what I mean? Like, because how would, honestly though, like, I'm open to feedback, recommendations, right? Because how would you put that type of gift to use in this millennium? You know what I mean? So I know there's a purpose. Oh yeah, it's definitely tapping into the Akashics. There's no question. But what type of purpose? Because think about it. Okay, someone tells you about your past life, but can it help you in this lifetime? Well, actually, it could. But how do you know for sure? Because I really wouldn't know for sure, because I'm just telling you the story and what I'm picking up on, right? So it's a complicated gift. It's definitely a complicated gift. Offer insight in books. Well, yeah, I get that, but like that type of knowledge you don't get through books. Like I know what you're saying, but like I just don't know how I would pursue something like that and where you put that type of gift into use. I don't know. It's a tough one. It's a tough one. Because I have Casper over here that I've been being pulled to. For those that don't know about Casper, I came across him in a jewelry store, and it's an elephant made of ivory. And they weren't supposed to sell it, and they told me it wasn't ivory because you're not supposed to sell ivory. And I went into the jewelry store and I looked up. I kept getting pulled in the same direction. And I was like, can I see that? I was like, is that an elephant? And the guy was like, blew away. He's like, how did you even know that was an elephant? Like, how did you even see that? I'm like, I don't know. So he hesitated, and then he's like, okay, you can see it. And this is where I paid a lot of money for him, not knowing if it was ivory or not. But I knew I had to have this piece. And this piece, more of the story, I bought it. I don't know if I've ever bought that without expensive. And it was at a time where I really couldn't even afford it, and I did it anyway because I knew he didn't belong in a jewelry store, you know. But when I was asking about the history of I named him Casper, of the history of him, he was real short, didn't want to tell me, got it through the grapevine, you know, somebody passed away, you know, it's never been appraised, we don't know for sure, it was on an appraisal sale, yada yada yada. Total bullshit. Because the minute I left the store, like, maybe if you come back one day, I'll have more information for you, because I kept trying to pull information from this person, and they wouldn't give it to me. But when I wear him, I think I'm linked to him, like he belonged to me in a past life. But the person who made him, okay, the person that made Casper was, oh, I haven't touched him in a while. He came across the trunk and adored elephants. The elephant was already dead, so he decided to take the bones and the tusk and make something beautiful out of it. He gave it to one of his children or his wife that was dying. There's so much more attached to it. That was just one of the stories. But I will tell you, it's extremely old. And on his trunk, It's what they used for the tusk, because it's made out of the tusk, but what it's used for the tusk is actually, it reminds me of a very old fishing hook. It was a fishing hook that they used to use back in the day. Like, I won't show you all of him, but I'll show you his trunk. And it's literally like a very old fishing hook, and it's so pointy, it still sticks into my finger to this day. Okay, so, but when I wear him, it's whoa, and it's nightmare after nightmare after nightmare, trying to figure out story after story. And it's one of those things that I still have to figure out, but I know in order to figure out, it's a little frightful because I know I'm gonna get nightmares, you know. But his name is Casper, and he sits with my crystals and my stones. So I have that ability to touch objects, and it's so crazy because this thing is hundreds of years old, hundreds and hundreds, and somehow I know it's part of me in one of my lifetimes, and it made it back to me in this lifetime, you know. So it's little things like that you can come across, you know, because I really started going through like a spiritual transformation right around the time I got him too. So it just reminds me of like a man-made fishing hook, because that's man-made, that's not made by machine, you know. They put a lot of love into making that. The person who made it was a crafter, you know. So it's pretty interesting. So yeah, I don't really quite know what to do with that purpose. I do feel like my future holds some of that part of my Akashic records for sure. It's just placing it. But I'm such a healer that that's really where I'll be. So I don't know where that falls into place for me yet. That's probably why I'm so drawn to elephants, yeah. Always been my favorite. I'm telling you, in this lifetime, I will have an animal sanctuary. Or that's where a lot of my money will go, to helping elephants. They eat like 40 pounds of food. I know a lot about elephants. And I can look at an elephant and they recognize me. Even the ones at a zoo, and I hate seeing them at a zoo, but like, it's like they go nuts and they stare at me and they recognize me, and then they want to come towards me, and then the trainers won't let them come towards me. I've been in that predicament a couple times, and my mom used to say as kids, she would like go into the circus, like all I wanted to do was see the elephants, and she wouldn't because they would want to be free. They would want to come right towards me. It's pretty powerful. There's just something about them. I know I can look at them and like heal too. Like, we talk to each other. I know it sounds nuts to some people, but that's the type of connection I have with elephants. Like, I can't even explain it. It's such a soul connection. And I don't think I've ever in my past lives even worked with elephants. I just have that ability with them. I just know I do. I always have the same dream, like of baby elephants and the ones that die because elephants, they die of loneliness and broken hearts, and it's especially if they don't have a parent or the herd doesn't accept them. There's a lot of sanctuaries that take them in and then try to raise them to go back into the wild and place them with other herds or whatnot. And I always image myself with this one particular elephant, and it's an Asian elephant, and it's like it just comes running to me. It's like right about to die. It's got to be older, like 10 or something, like an adult. And that's it from there. The bond is on. And I think that's how I'm honestly going to connect and end up finding myself. Oops, see, tower moment, and end up finding myself in that scenario and knowing which sanctuary to work for or where to put profit into what, you know what I mean? So, because I know it's going to happen one day. It's a vision. I can predict things, and it's that one vision. It's so strong, and it's this lifetime. It's me, and I can't wait for that moment. And I told you last year I wanted to do that trip. It's not through Bamboo. It's like $800. So you go and stay at the sanctuary for like a week, and the $800 includes food, meal, housing, but you sleep in the barns with them, you know, which I'm totally down to do. And you help feed them, and you clean up after them, and you bathe them, and you learn about them, and you help out. And it's right around $800 depending on where you want to go. Because I was gonna go to Thailand, and then something came up, and I couldn't. But I'm telling you, I will do that. Like, I'm so down to sleep with the elephants. Like, gimme. Like, that's more exciting to me than sitting on a beach. It just is. Like, that will bring life into my world again. And then it gives me purpose to help, and, you know. If I'm going to sponsor anyone, it'd probably be some type of orphanage or something like that in Africa, an elephant orphanage, or I really find myself in India with it. They tend to need a little more help. But the city's getting too big. There's nowhere for them to go. You have to have things like that. You know what I mean? Like, you need people in this world to environmental reasons too. You know, wildlife, they were here first. So, anywho, that's my story. But I gotta feed Cade. He has a tour appointment real soon. So again, I do think like this past life story is somewhat linked to the continuation today too. It only makes sense. You know what I mean? So there's more information in that read. If you'd like it, email me. I'll get it to you. Oh, horses, I'm super pulled to horses too. Oh yeah. It's not the same as elephants though. But horses are my thing. Like, when I'm down, I'll go to the barn. Horses, huge. My spirit animal is a bird, a dove. But horses, I'm definitely drawn to horses. I look at horses as being extremely peaceful. They calm me. Just call me. Even though I was saying calm as in CALM and not CALL. But anywho, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Hope these reads help. And I love you guys. I'm definitely going to do a Kenya trip. I'm definitely going to do a trip to Africa for sure. I just know I'm going to need it in India. Because all growing up, it was always Africa. It was always the gray elephants. That it was. And then as I got older, when I started imaging the elephants, they were all Asian elephants. They're all so beautiful. But something with the Asian continent for sure with me. I've told you that before though, like plenty of times. Like I definitely think I'm going to do business in the UK. There's no question. But there's India. I have to have roots in India. There's just no way I don't. It's just, the pull is just, you know. And not to mention all my Buddhas and my Ganeshas. That's all India, guys. That's all India. You know? Makes sense. Makes a lot of sense to me. You know? Now that I can see things that way. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So, I love you guys. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Italy, beautiful. Been praying for them a lot lately. Venice, oh, it's just tragic. But I'll definitely be to India. I mean, Italy. I'd like to visit Greece too, but Greece for oceans, scenic views, and the food. And the food. I need a vacation. I need to go sit on a beach and have a nice drink in my hands. I'll make it to India one day. I'll be on the beach before I'm in India. I feel coming. I see myself there. It's just, who do I go with? Or do I go alone? Or do I take the kids? Or is it a girl trip? You know, it's coming though. Alright, troops. I got shit to do. I love you. I will see you mañana. Even if it's a warm beer. All I got in the Dominican was warm beer. That's alright. The sun turns into that real quick anyway. It's alright. It's alright. I'll tell you what. I love you. Bye, guys.